Hello everyone and welcome back to the Pikachu Koa Guide series. In today's episode, as we mentioned in our previous one, we're going to talk about the troop formations and more specifically explaining how to build one. Building a formation is basically the understanding of the troop types and the key role they are playing during battle. So let's take a look and see some of these details. So first, let's see the infantry. It is the first type of troops to meet the opposition during an attack, and they are the front lines. In basic terms, they are defenders of your army. So there are two types of infantry. First one are warriors, and they have an increased defense against archers, and secondly the spearmen, who have an increased defense against light cavalry. Going over the troop tiers in the barracks, we can see which one is what. For example, the latest T14s are warriors and have increased defense against archers. T13s are spearmen with increased defense against light cavalry. T12s are warriors again, T11s are spearmen, T10s are warriors, T9s are spearmen, and so on and so on. So you can see that there is a pattern. The even tiers of troops are warriors and the odd ones are spearmen. Pressing the little eye icon gives us the details about the specific troop tiers. It shows the value of the health, value of the attack, value of the defense, and their speed, as well as the power of each troop, their load, the amount that they can carry, and the upkeep per troop, namely food, which they would normally consume. The infantry job is to protect and take the damage first till your cavalry and bowmen keep attacking each round. So basically they are your meat shield and the most important part of your march. Next, going over the cavalry, there's two types as well: light cavalry, which gain a chance to attack enemy bowmen directly, and heavy cavalry, which have an increased attack against warriors. But here you can see that cavalry troop tiers doesn't follow exactly the odd and even pattern like infantry does. For example, T14, T13 and T12 are all light cavalries, with the exception that T12 have a light cavalry with an attacking bonus against bowmen. Then T11 is heavy cavalry, T10 is light, T9 is also light, and so on. As you can see, there is the same applied to the infantry, different tier troops, general details by clicking on the I button, and you can notice how close are the attack and the defense value here. Cavalry on your march is just behind your infantry and right in front of the bowman, who's putting on the biggest amount of damage, so the defense here is still pretty important. Now let's take a look at the main killers in the march, and that's the bowman. There are two types of it, of course: the archers, who attack all enemies' cavalry directly, and the crossbowmen, which have increased attack against spearmen only. You can see here the difference between the attack and the defense value in the troop details. The attack value is almost twice the defense, and still they're least likely to be killed. So that's how it works in a combat. Front line, you got the infantry warriors first, followed by the spearmen. Then on your cavalry side, you've got the light cavalry and the heavy cavalry, followed by the archers and the crossbowmen. The infantry going to be first to be killed, then the cavalry, and the whole time the bowmen will keep attacking at the back, dealing the most damage round after round. That's why when making a formation, all types need to be balanced according to their purpose. Remember to keep in mind that those are the base troop bonuses they are providing, not including, for example, hero skills and other type of bonuses which can affect the outcome of a battle. We are going to be looking closely at them in our future guide videos. So now knowing who's who among the troops, let's continue. The crucial part of building a formation, you must have the critical hit percentage. That's a bonus you can get by developing the Undying Oath research skill located in the War Fury section under the Superior Research. It consists of 4 parts and adding 10% with each one done. So the critical hit percentage is 40% tops, and if you're below 30%, the benefits of the actual critical march won't be as high. And how it works: if you have maximum 6 tier troops only in your march, gives 180% of your stats. We are going to look at some examples of how to build a formation, but bear in mind it totally depends on what troops you have available, who you are fighting against, so there is no perfect ultimate match formation. Also, the heroes set up in the march are playing a key role and actually can bypass your infantry and dealing damage directly to your other types of troops, and that we are going to be covering in another video in more detail. So let's take a few examples. As you can see here, we have a march capacity of 578,750 without any buffs and T13 available. Firstly, make sure you set the heroes. You can choose what you have available best at the moment. Here we have Orlando and Ursa available, which is great, and make sure that you check that dragon is in. And next we're going to set up the troop types. Here I'm going to go with 35% T13 infantry, 10% T12 infantry, 10% T13 cavalry, 25% T13 bowman, T12 bowman 10%, and T11 10%. That kind of troops are probably the most used in March until recently, and also considering the latest heroes. Setting the numbers as follows: 202,563 T13 infantry, 57,875 T13 cavalry. With the percentage calculated, you actually don't need some specific calculator. You can do it yourself, as here, taking out the percentage of the full march, same as the rest of the troop types here. And we can try the same march in a royal arena to see the details. So we've set it up, let's see the battle details of the report. Here is the march we made and how it looks like here. As you can see from the results, the most damage dealt of our troops is from our bowman T13. However, both the T12s and T11 bows also did a great job, followed by the cavalry and last place infantry. As you can see, our losses are mainly infantry, which is expected as we talked about this earlier. Our opponent lost a battle, of course. The difference was critical, but he used not that very balanced march, and that caused him actually all his troops here to be 0 survivors. Let's set another march this time with 40% T13 infantry, 10% T13 cavalry, 20% T13 bowman, T12's bowman at 10%, and T11 bowman and cavalry 10% each. Again, you can use a regular calculator to do the math of the percentage. This time we're going to be using one tier of infantry, but we'll add T11 cavalry, which is heavy cavalry and dealing great damage. So now let's see the results. There is a difference in the stats, but let's see how the troops made it. So again, it was a great job. Most of the casualties are in infantry mainly, and very few of the rest of the troops. They did a good job protecting our killers, and as you can see, most enemies' troops killed from our bowmen, followed by our cavalry, which also did an amazing job there. Our opponent also have a good march setup, and that's according to the heroes he was using, the NS5 set, but he lost all his infantry and his bowmen didn't stand a chance to do more damage. So these guys are a couple of examples on how you can set formation and actually test it. Don't forget that you can also use the magic spire to check your setup and try different formations with obviously your troops, your heroes, the occasions in which you'll be used for. We hope we were helpful to you guys explaining the mechanics of building a troop formation, and that will help you enjoy the game better. Please share your thoughts with us in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching the Pika Show Koa, and stay tuned for more guide videos.